Hello, everyone. Recently, Michelle and I bought a pair of nightstands that needed to be assembled. I remember opening the boxes up and taking out the pieces and taking out the parts and taking out the instructions. And we started to read the instructions and we started to assemble these nightstands. At one point in our assembling of these nightstands, I asked Michelle the question, what next? What's the next thing that I need to do? I know for some of you who are watching this video, you're going, what? You read the instructions? Don't you just put the things together and hope they turn out? Well, actually, no. I'm wired in such a way that when I put something together, I hope to do it right the first time and not have to take it apart and try to do it again. We have just come through a weekend in which we have remembered one who took upon himself the penalty and the punishment we deserved. We've taken time to remember the fact that Jesus took upon himself the full wrath of God that we might have life. Isaiah 53 says, "He was crushed for our iniquities, and upon him was the chastisement," or the penalty, "that brought us life." You see, Jesus came that we might have life. But this past weekend, we've not only remembered what Jesus did for us, we also celebrated the fact that Jesus Christ rose again from the dead, that Jesus Christ conquered death. In that we can truly celebrate. And so for us, this past weekend has been one of remembering, yes, but also one of really celebrating. And we can do that because we are on the other side of the cross. But the same was not true for the disciples. Yes, they were on the other side of the cross. But when they saw Jesus, their teacher, their leader, crucified, their hearts fell to fear and despair. Their hopes were shattered. Yes, in their minds they had a plan, but those plans had all fallen apart. And I wonder if in their hopelessness, they asked that question, if not verbally, in their heads, what next? What next? But Jesus had a plan. And after his resurrection, we're told that he appeared to his followers to show them that he was alive. He appeared to the various groups of disciples and proved to them that the power of God, the power of his Father, had raised him from the dead. So that they would know that without a doubt. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 6, Paul wrote this. He said, Jesus appeared to more than 500 brothers at the same time. You see, Jesus showed them that he was alive. And as a result of this demonstration to them, as a result of this proof to them, their lives were turned upside down. Their lives were changed. Their lives were never the same. In fact, he came to prove that he was alive, but not only did he come to prove that he was alive, he came to remind them of the task that he had for them. The very last words that he said to them, the very last things that he spoke to them before he went back to his Father was, "Go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit." They were not supposed to do this in their own strength, but in the strength of the Holy Spirit who would come upon them. You see, the answer to that question what next for the disciples, for the followers of Jesus, was go. Go. Yes, we have just remembered. We have just celebrated what Jesus Christ has accomplished. But now, some 2,000 years later, the answer to the what next question has not changed. It is still go. I want to encourage you and I want to challenge you. I want to encourage you to pray that God would give you opportunities to share the good news of what Jesus Christ accomplished on the cross so that we could know God, so that we could walk in the right relationship with Him. Secondly, I want to challenge you to not only pray that, but also pray that you would have the boldness to step into those opportunities. That God would give you the words to say, and that God would use those words to turn hearts toward Himself. What's next? Go. Have a great week.